Trauma memory unlocked! This is our segment called Parenting and Trauma. This is where we talk about parenting a little bit and a little bit about our trauma. One of my earliest memories, which is saying a lot because I do not remember a large portion of my childhood, I blocked it out because trauma. We had a mowing business for 14 years. I'm still having trouble remembering stories. And there was a lot I just can't remember. It's like I blocked the whole thing out. But one of my earliest memories is one time I opened a beanbag and climbed in and did not understand how electrostatic worked. So I climbed out and I got beans all over the floor. They had stuck to my pants and I'd carried them all through the house. And let me just start off by saying, one, I was far too young to understand how to clean things up. And two, I probably was old enough to know how to clean things up and was not taught because I was a boy. Sweeping? Why does a boy need to know how to sweep? Unless it's a garage, why would you be sweeping? So instead of cleaning up the mess, I took my toys and lined them up in a way that if my father were to wake up, did I mention my father basically lived in his bedroom? He didn't sit in the living room in a chair, he laid on his bed. Main reason I can't lay in bed in the daytime, even when I'm sick, couch. But I put all the toys in front of the mess of beans where I thought that maybe from his angle he wouldn't be able to see them. And he saw them. Now, when you become a parent, you start going through old systems and you go, why was it like that? Now, my father used to have this whip. It was a CB antenna wrapped in electrical tape so he could whip us without hurting his hands. And he took that and whipped my shins till I couldn't stand up. And then waited for the rest of my family to come home to make them clean it up. Now, I think my father had the idea that he was teaching me that I shouldn't do that. But the only thing I really learned that day is how to hide better. But anyway, when you become a parent, you stop and you look at those situations and you put yourself in the same position. I would stand in my father's shoes and think about the whole situation. And I can't imagine making that choice. I would come in and be like, what the hell happened? And then my daughter would probably panic, as would I, and then she would help me clean it up. And then we'd have a discussion why that wasn't okay. And you know what? It works better than just hitting somebody on the shins. You're never gonna be able to beat your children into learning. It hasn't worked for hundreds of years. I learned nothing from being beaten, except how to hide things so much better. Your kids are going through this life with no manual, just like you. People make the joke that, when you're a parent, it should come with a manual. You're born with no information and everyone tells you what to do. Be kinder than your parents were to you. Some people think that if you don't hit your kids, you make them weak. I think a weak person beats a kid. You're doing great. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.